In life, we often believe that problems drain our energy. But the truth is this: it's not the problem that exhausts us, it's our reaction to it. Human beings have a strange tendency. When we panic, the mind stops seeing reality as it is. Instead, it sees everything through a magnifying lens. A small issue can feel like a disaster. A simple obstacle can look like a threat. An ordinary mistake can turn into something impossible to fix. This doesn't happen because the problem grows larger. It happens because fear grows inside us. Think about the moments when you're anxious, your heart beats faster, your breath becomes shallow, and your thoughts race uncontrollably. In that state, every thought becomes extreme. The mind believes it's protecting you, but in reality, it pushes you deeper into confusion and chaos. And that is why this principle matters. A simple but powerful rule. Pause for 20 seconds to see the problem clearly. 1. Why 20 seconds? Psychology studies show that when emotions spike, the emotional brain takes over. But after about 15 to 20 seconds, its activity drops, and the logical brain begins to work again. In those 20 seconds, you don't need to fix anything. You don't need to make decisions. You simply need to stop reacting. Imagine this. You're confused, overwhelmed, and drowning in thoughts. Then you pause. You take a slow breath. You observe what's happening inside you without judging it. You look at the problem like a single still frame, and suddenly, everything changes. 2. Pausing is not weakness, it is strategy. Many people believe pausing means avoiding the problem, but pausing for 20 seconds is not running away. It is gathering strength before stepping into the fight. A skilled archer pulls the bowstring back before releasing the arrow. A fighter steadies their stance before throwing a punch. A wave builds pressure before it breaks with force. Pausing is that moment when you pull your mind backward just enough to aim correctly. 3. When you pause, you see what others cannot. While others rush, react, and regret, you take half a step back. And when you step back, the picture becomes clearer. The problem isn't as big as your fear made it seem. There are more options than you thought. Not everything is urgent. And emotions are just emotions, not the truth. You begin to separate these two very different things. This is the situation, and this is how I feel about the situation. The moment you separate them, the problem shrinks. 4. A short story. Imagine someone driving to work suddenly caught in traffic. He feels stress rising. He's afraid of being late. His mind starts creating catastrophic scenarios. My boss will be angry. My team will judge me. I'll miss something important. This is all my fault. His chest tightens. His temper rises. Then he remembers this principle. He closes his eyes for 5 seconds. He breathes slowly and opens them again. In that short pause, clarity returns. Traffic is outside his control, but his response is completely under his control. He can call ahead. He can prepare what he'll say. He can enter the meeting calmly when he arrives. And in reality, nothing terrible happens. No one shouts at him. Nothing collapses. The fear was only in his mind. The problem never had the power. His imagination did. 5. Pausing opens the door to solutions. When you stop reacting, you give yourself space to think. Picture a chaotic action movie scene, everything moving too fast to understand. Then imagine pressing the pause button. Suddenly, you can see who is doing what the real cause is, what actually matters, what is just background noise, where the real pressure point lies, and what small move can change the entire outcome. Pausing lets you freeze the moment so your mind stops spinning. 6. 20 seconds gives you back control of your life. In those 20 seconds, everything shifts. You exit reaction mode. You enter decision-making mode. You reclaim control over your emotions. And you become the driver, not the passenger of your own mind. During that pause, ask yourself simple but powerful questions. What is actually happening right now? What part of this is real and what part is fear magnifying? What am I feeling exactly? Is this emotion helping me solve anything? What is the smallest step I can take next? Those questions alone put you ahead of most people. 7. When you are calm, solutions rise naturally. Here's the magic. You don't have to force your mind to find answers. A calm mind does that naturally, like water settling and reflecting the sky clearly, like a room being cleaned so you can find what you lost, like clouds clearing so sunlight can pass through. A peaceful mind has higher clarity, higher accuracy, and higher creativity. You don't need to become stronger, you only need to become calmer. Strength follows naturally. 8. Final thought. Pausing for 20 seconds is not a technique, it is a form of power, a sign of maturity, a sign of self-control, a sign that you lead your emotions instead of letting them lead you. When you pause, you see more clearly. When you see clearly, you choose better. And when you choose better, you win.